Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? I am Con Ulrich.
And I'm RangRoo, hello, hello,
And
hello.
folks, our new week of Steel Division League coverage is going to have a couple of great things going on. But first, let's focus on the battlefield today. We are on the Odon River, and we have two great Asia vet players out there. Rang, who do we have?
Left hand side in blue, we have AmberT as a Guard Armor Division. And on the right hand side, we have Zagskrag as a Trove SS Panzer Division.
Now, of course, we talked these guys to death to a certain extent. I mean, the Guards' armor are going to be tons and tons of vehicles, a lot of infantry. Zagskrag, though, will he be able to stand up to this or no?
Yeah, it's both divisions are pretty even Stevens when it comes to matchup. They're both more on the spammier side of tank divisions, but they have good tanks. I mean, you got the Fireflies, Achilles, and everything that Guard Armored has. While Zagskrag, Panthers, Tigers, Tiger Rittmans, all of that stuff. I'd say early on, I'd give the advantage slightly to AmberT, as Guard Armored has a much better early on equipment. But at the same time, I mean, you still got the Rebel Wind and the Firefly, but the Firefly isn't going to be all that useful on this map, as it's a bit too close, fighting.
Well, and we do talk about the fact that there's the northern and southern tips of this map are all about those choke points. Yep. But it doesn't look like either player is really going for the southern side. In fact, it looks like they're really focusing on that north. And the Germans being awfully optimistic.
That's, things I'm trying to do some light vehicle push up here. I mean, he's got 3 of those autocannon half-tracks, mortar half-track infantry, and the AT gun, so... I mean, honestly, it's not a bad strategy. It's just kind of like a make-it-or-break-it map. If you can just break through an area and just capture loads of ground, that's great, and then it's pretty easy to just coast off that breakthrough for the rest of the match. For the Guards Armored, there's 2 Stuarts, and they're going to be doing the same thing. And I think Stuarts beat autocannon half-tracks in this case.
Yeah, I was going to say the Germans aren't careful. A lot of things up there are going to be old Das Vidanya. And speaking of Das Vidanya, I'm sure you and I were talking about just before we started here, we're going to have ourselves a new Steel Division game coming on out. Actually, the release date. Did you see the release date on that or no?
There's no release date yet.
I was going to say, but we're going to say goodbye to the Western Front and head out east for some R&R on the Russian front. A lot of speculation, a lot of interesting stuff, and Stuarts already start to claim targets here. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of... If the Stuarts weren't, yeah, that probably would have been great, but...
Hey, at least they got rid of all the veterancy. Yeah, the Dingo did go down.
The Dingo did go down, and Dingo was his name, though.
Oh, I wasn't sure we were going to go for that. I like it. Very nice, very nice.
But, I mean, the Panda Grenadiers... Okay, the AT gun's actually getting some revenge shots, but... Get stunned up means search are rather deadly, especially in CQC. And then the mortars are going to be coming into play. Or the mortar. And I don't know.
It's hanging by like a razor's edge here. I mean, if you get stunned up, we have what? Basically the half-track and those P-Grens holding it down for the Germans. And if they push, they're going to get a lot of surrenders.
But at the same time, those Panda Grenadiers are kind of living on a prayer. As the Stuarts are still running around. He's going to be forced to fall back with the Panda Grens. He still wants to try and hold that forest, but it's going to be tough because in CQC, his AmberT's rifles are going to beat the Panda Grenadiers, and a little bit outgunned.
Yeah, that's putting it rather delicately, isn't it? We have some scout cars moving to the center. What are the Germans bringing for reinforcement? Oh, just another squad of infantry. Okay, makes sense.
Yep.
And that, that suppression blob is... Oh, no, never mind. We're back in order here. Okay. Wait a second. Why did those P-Grens surrender? The Führer was right there.
I think because the Führer was stunned up for that period.
I don't know.
Was he like, fully suppressed, the Führer?
No, not when they surrendered, I don't think. I looked away for a second or two, so maybe I'm wrong, but...
That must have been it, I think.
Oh, that disgusts me. You know what? Allied programmer, bias confirmed. You saw it here first, folks. You saw it here first. More AT guns to the north, good call. But, AmberT's not going to try to push past that. I can't help but wonder if it might not be a better idea to drive out the main line where there's just a half-track and 1 P-Gun squad, and that should be enough.
Yeah, it seems like, it's not even going to try to go for it. Sending one of his Stuarts down to the middle, and he's got another Stuart going north, so it kind of seems a bit silly just doing that. Okay, yeah, there we go. He's moving it back to middle. And seems like AmberT's going to be trying for a mid push. And honestly, that's pretty good, because Zag has only a Panzer Grenadier, a Recce Squad, and a 222 and a 251, which is pretty light.
Yes, it is. And it's not going to do but diddly towards those Stuarts.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
really, he's... Yes, please.
Maybe the Panzer Grenadiers hold fire, he could Panzerfaust run, but still it's going to be a bit tough.
Not with the infantry screening, that was the issue.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and AmberT's too good of a player to rush his tanks in without any kind of support, so he's going to sack these motorized rifles early on. And while some people will probably say, hey, it's got the AT of capability, of course, we always have our favorite complaint. They're Piats. They're not worth anything.
But eventually, if you get enough motorized rifles, you have a Piats, and then you eventually do hit something. But we've got the mortar firing. Oh, that's good. Good mortar play there. Taking advantage of the choke point, and all the allied units are getting stunned up.
Yes, they are. Now, that 222, he's not going to have a whole lot of effective fire. Of course, if the Stuarts continue to press in, actually, he can start penning from this range.
Yeah,
it's not likely. It's not likely. Especially not going dead on there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That mortar is killer. Kubelwagen is going to start shifting on forward to drop off that AT gun. AT gun's going to be really pushing the limits of its attack range, though. Even from there. It's a very, very small window.
It's really bloody tight. And it's gonna be pretty hard for Sam, because he has rather limited anti-tank options. You can get Pak-38s, which is what it's getting right now. You can get Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck guys for the anti-tank half-track. You get like a Panzer II, but that's not really AT in this case. No. Or, of course, the Firefly, so... And this is not a good Firefly map, so I understand why he's not getting it. But it's really kind of a shame for Zag, because he's having a rather hard time dealing with all these Stuarts, and AmberT knows it. I mean, he's got 4 of these guys in the field at the moment.
And why shouldn't he? I mean, for anything, it makes perfect sense. Motorized rifles just running, hey, diddle, and, wow. Not even shooting. That was brave amateurs that they are. Stuart might get revenge. Yep, that's revenge right there. But taking hellacious losses to do it. Pak-38 is getting kind of frisky here. Like you and I both said, very, very unique, defined pressure points. And wait, to the north, the Germans are threatening a breakthrough. Or at the very least, they're stabilizing quite severely. Yeah,
they have nothing really to break through with, but AmberT's not going to be making any progress up in that northern side. Those Panzer Grenadiers. And also the mortar just really has it locked down. The MVP so far for Zag has been that mortar. There comes the Stuart, and they're coming through the 222.
Well,
a bit too overwhelmed.
And when you had the Piats even there, just to get some kind of freak him out a bit. And wow, I'd actually never really look at this sight line going up that canal too. You know, I never really appreciate it, because getting stuck on that bridge is usually such a death sentence. But wow. Here's the desperate defense. Yeah,
that anti-tank gun's just not... It might... Yeah, it's not going to be enough once the machine guns come online. Fortunately for Zag, it's only like 2.5 minutes of A phase left, so maybe in B hits you can get like a Panzer IV, like a proper tank to try and help this up.
But look how much stuff is just here in the middle. There's almost more vehicles over here than there are infantry units on the map. For the Germans.
Heck, honestly, like, even this isn't, like, a good map for the Firefly, it would definitely help out, especially with this breakthrough. As the Stuart can barely do anything against Firefly. It has to get pretty close to get good penetration shots.
That might be so, but the Germans have precious little that can force back all of these Stuarts. There's 4 Stuarts here. That's an entire platoon just kind of hanging on out.
We got a Humber Mark III coming in as well.
Oh, jeez.
There's this pretty much like the make or break it that I mentioned earlier. Just need to push right through, and once you get to the other side of the bridge, it's just greener pastures.
Well, a couple of very, very brave Fausts here could delay this a bit. Pak-38 has a chance to come back online, but the Northern Kubelwagen coming in with the anti-tank gun has been shot to pieces, so that is a devastating blow.
That's pretty bad. He's... Oh, it's a Firefly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Firefly's coming
There
in.
we go. He's slowly pick away run by run. And even though this isn't a good map for it, this area is not too bad. There's some open ground and there's not too many places a Firefly could get flanked. As that's really a Firefly's biggest weakness against all its light armor.
That's true, but look where it has to come through. There are basically 2 choke points by the 222, and then south of that pulling back Pigren. One to the south will be obviously far better, but that's going to take a lot longer for him to get down there, get him into the fight. Yeah. I don't know if he's got that kind of time. 40 seconds till phase B. Driver knocked out. Might see you dead. Mortar half-track in a second. This is kind of an insipidly dumb comment here for a second, but I was surprised that there's not more mortar half-tracks for the Allies divisions.
Yeah, it's rather good. It's a really good comment, because like you got the American ones, but you never really see American divisions very often. And then you got the British, but Trin's carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not really a real mortar track to me. That's kind of like a, oh, hey, Joe, see what I made? And some guy's like, Jerry, get your head out of your butt. It's not a real gun.
No, it's just like a small little fire support thing. It doesn't really fulfill the same role as a proper... Oh, wow, the Cromwell coming in just got Panzerfausted on the bridge. Holy
I didn't even see that. Okay, I didn't even know there was a Cromwell coming in. I've been too entrenched on to watch to see where the Firefly's been coming in.
Wow, that's pretty good movement there from Zag. And I was trying to get line of sight on the boy to Firefly on this light armor. He probably wants maybe like another infantry guy around, because motorized rifles can Piat, said Firefly. And the Pack 38 coming up north, so I know he can start
he can try to starve out this assault. He can try to starve the assault, but he's still got his northern pocket, which is slowly getting pinched.
Yeah.
And the Humbers are moving south. I don't know if they're trying to go to the Pigrens or they're trying to get really, really lucky on that boy to Firefly.
I think he's just trying to dissuade the boy to Firefly from coming around the corner. Especially the motorized rifles there, this would not be a good idea. We're on B phase now, so we've got a Panzer IV coming in, which is definitely a good choice. And I'm gonna guess there was a Pioneer. No, maybe.
I doubt they're Pioneers. I would still think it's more Pigrens.
Yeah,
yeah.
Pigrens would be, I mean, Pioneers would be much better in our forest. And he knows there's stuff in the forest now, just due to the line of sight, all the map control nonsense.
Look back towards the bridge, you'll see that we have the beginnings of the end for that pocket. 3 squads of infantry, all getting dumped out right just short of the town. Yeah, they're going to come right up that canal, and Pigren's going to be dead. That's all going to be Brit in just a second here. And jolly old England is taking a +2 as we speak. Ooh. Pack 38's going to get a nice little shot. Oh, I thought he was going to shot on that side of that Humber. Now he is. Or not. Fire the gun. There we go. That's one.
That's one. If he can kill the second, then it'd be... Okay, he's actually moving the Firefly to the southern approach. Yeah, he's trying to maneuver it around, but...
Well, he's not going to get a shot on that Stuart. Stuart's hitting in defilade, which is a great call. Now, the best thing that can happen for this P4 is that he can lose his Pack 38. That would be the best thing to happen here. No, because I mean, at that point he knows, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
He knows, oh my god, he's moving. But he's being shot at by Stuart, so he's turning to engage. Now would be a time to reverse. But on the motorized rifles, I'm going to be chasing the Panzer IV.
Interesting. Pigren's trying to come in behind the Humber, and you can just see, ooh, northern pockets down to just 3 squads of infantry, barely 1 full strength between them.
Yeah.
Furious Fausts coming out every single direction here, but that's not going to be enough. They're going to get picked off in just a moment, and we're going to be threatening a +3. And, yep, here's the rubber meets the road. Oh, jeez. When a Stuart forces back a P4, it's just sad days for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with, the P4, like, it has, like, a great gun, but its armor's pretty abysmal, so even Stuarts in this, like, CQC area can really mess you up. Now we got the 17-pounder that is being set up, and that's going to have lovely line of sight down the road. And it's really quite a shame that Zag hasn't been able to utilize the Firefly, because that during that earlier stages of of the pocket, it could have really just shut everything down. But now it's a little bit too late. The Stuarts have all spread out, and the Fireflies are sitting there doing nothing, only firing one shot.
Let's theorize a second, though. Would you have brought the Firefly in earlier? That's the first question.
After seeing that initial breakthrough, I probably would have. Instead of, like, just because it... I mean, this is all, like, hindsight 2020.
Yeah, of course.
But, I definitely would have got it a little bit earlier after seeing that breakthrough, and just tried to hold the Firefly back over the right side of the bridge, kind of like where the Humber Mark III is now, and just shoot anything that dares comes across and just keep it back essentially, and just play very defensive A phase for Trophy-S, because you're not going to be moving up against all your Stuarts with such limited anti-tank options as Trophy-S and A phase. Unless you get some, a lot of Panda Shreks. That could have been a pretty decent option too, for more ambush in the Stuarts, but,
But it would have left you dangerously shy against motorized rifles, and really any kind of rifles. Like, these rifle spam coming in now, the guys that cleaned up the pocket, they would have fallen to pieces against them.
Yeah.
Okay. Stuart and Firefly will finally see each other, and they will start exchanging love letters, and, apparently Stuart doesn't like iron cigars, because he's backing off right now. He's not much of a smoker. P4 still falling back Panzerwaffe, but the Panzerwaffe is a little bit late. You talked about this. You talked about this early, and I can understand the idea behind it. I guess I can go back and forth. All this extra infantry coming in possibly could be intense, but there's also so many Shermans coming in too. Geez, we have 2 command Shermans coming to the front. There's another one without veterancy coming on in. Yeah, this is absolutely nuts.
This is God's armored play. You just get all the tanks. You just go all of them. And you got the Panzerwaffe, Ref and Ray. It got some very good hits in stunning up that whole chunk of blue units.
Yeah, that's true, but I feel like Zags is still going to be the one who's feeling kind of sorry for himself.
Yeah, that's a lot of Shermans, man. That's a lot of Shermans.
Jeez. So, while we're waiting for this inevitable kind of giant armor fist to drop here, we know it would be reactive, obviously, to matches. Saw a video on a myth the other day that made this whole idea that it took 5 Shermans to kill a Panther.
Of course, that sounds a bit exaggerated. I heard...
Yes.
It goes like back and forth between the numbers. I mean, there's like 13 Shermans to one Tiger, or...
Well, the guy giving the video had a very interesting point. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to go and send... Oh, look, there's a Panther over there. There's a Tiger, whatever it's going to be. P4 goes down to 17-pounder. I was going to send mono-y-mono. Like, of course not. I got to send an entire company of tanks if I have it. Like, why would I go and just do this little one-on-one nonsense? Exactly.
Yeah. Also, the Sherman was an extremely survivable tank. Like, it's probably one of the best tanks to be in if you, like, was to be blown up.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as I'm maligning the tank, that's absolutely right. A lot of safety features, dual airbags, 3rd-row car seat. But no, you're absolutely right. Water jacket, arsenal, everything like that. So
one of the big ones was the hatches were actually spring-loaded. So
yes.
All you have to do is just lightly push it, boom, off you go. And it had like a hatch for the majority of the crew members. I think it's going to be the loader or the commander, one of the two, didn't have their own dedicated hatch, but that's still pretty good. Like, you can get out of that thing in an absolute jiffy when you get shot at by a Pack 43.
Probably the loader, because commander obviously, yeah, commander's definitely got one. Driver's got one.
Yeah, it's probably a loader. I mean, screw the loader.
And Bow machine gunner's got one, but they don't get with the loader. All we need is some guy who's gonna throw a shell in. We're fine there.
Exactly.
Huge columns of infantry coming on in, kind of splitting off here and there as they decide, oh, we just make another massive... What the heck? The southern push is a very strange movement here, but, geez, he could just A-move everybody, and that would be more than enough, I feel like.
Yep, it's just Guard Armored managed to snowball into the absolute death fall that they were. Definitely would have helped Zag if he could have contained the bridges earlier on, because, like... Now he has to deal with, like, multiple fronts, where, of course, you see on this map, it's just 1, 2, 3 choke points yet. He could have easily just shut down, but AmberT just did a very good, concentrated push with all the light vehicles. And, yeah, I mean, Stuarts are great. Do you want to go to 2 minutes at 22:20:30?
22:30? Well, yeah, we can do 22:30. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, times 2. Ugh. Yeah, but it's always kind of sad to see that too. Because like you said, the 12th SS, it's a very spammy deck, but you have to be ahead.
Yeah, you also are. It's all. Troph SS works better on a more of an open map because you can utilize that Firefly in A phase more. And honestly, against like more armored divisions, that Firefly is a pretty important unit as it's such a reliable anti-tank tool. But on a map like this, it can be rather scary, like to use it because you can just get piated or flanked around rather easy, and boom, there goes 200 points, which is just completely
unacceptable.
Unacceptable for an A phase loss. I remember like in the early stages of this game, like first month or two release, I'd kill a Sherman Firefly in A phase, like a Trophy S run, and the person would just crit in the match.
Yeah, well, for good reason though.
Firefly.
Well, Boita Cromwells, Boita Fireflies, they're there to be the sole kind of rock to break any kind of allied advance.
Yeah, and there goes Zag, and that's going to be a GG. It's actually still pretty close on kills considering how much ground AmberT took.
Yeah, I think he really did lose it though in that first 2 minutes. Losing those 3, gun tracks, that was a pretty big loss right there.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely a high risk maneuver, and it didn't pay off.
Well, here's the question. I mean, and again, if you're probably a little more practiced in this, do you see allied divisions, especially on this map, go for that choke point a lot more than you see Axis ones, or is that not something you can really comment on?
That's not something I can really comment on. I don't really see or play this map often because it's not really a great map.
It's very static, yeah.
It's very static, yeah, but I'd say like for the majority of the time allies have the better A phase, especially Guard Armored. Guard Armored is like one of the best A phases in game that I could argue for. But yeah, just looking at history.
Don't look after about 10 minutes.
Panther Grenadier. I mean, if Stuart did work, and that map is just lovely Stuart territory. Yeah, and well, that's definitely too crazy in the kills or losses.
No, I think there was one Stuart that did a pretty good job, and other than that, it was just it's a fairly standard thing, unfortunately, for guards against a little bit slower Axis deck. But looking ahead to Thursday, where are we going? Are we going to Europe?
I forgot, so
okay.
We're out on Thursday.
My faithful navigator will let us know. So folks, come back for Thursday. That'll be it for today. So congratulations to AmberT. Better luck next time to the Zags. From A to Z, this is Con Ulrich.
I'm RangRoo. Take it easy.